What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. It is the gracious host here, the Foreign National Born Natural 86. We are live and direct, live in effect. How's everybody doing today, man? It was cold today, bruh. It was like, if you're on the East Coast, everybody here knows it was like 28 degrees. It caught me way, way off guard. It was pretty weird. But heavy temperature dive, man. You know, it was meandering between like 40 and high or early, what is it? 40 and late 30s, I think. And then you know, 50s here and there. But dude, nosedive today. It's cold as I don't know what. But yeah, you know, got a chance to roll around. I did get a chance to see the Black Panther. I want to get into it, but it's still early. I don't want to spoil nothing for nobody. I'm gonna tell you guys to go ahead and check that out. I don't do a whole lot of movie reviews on here, but when I do, we relate it to what we talk about. So it is a prime example of why you should not mix public with private. That movie was an excellent example of why. So you just gotta put everything into perspective when you go to watch it because it was very interesting, man. Very interesting. Who we got in the chat here? What up, Wolf? What's good, man? American Inhabitant in the house. Yes, indeed. What up, Black? What's good, champ? Victor Von Doom. What up? What up? What up, Lamont? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. What up, Rick? What's going on, champ? Ohio in the house. I hear you. All right. Yes, indeed. Nah, nah, it's not over. Nah, it's not over. I just do before we start, you know, I get 5 minutes for people to roll in. Yes, indeed. I'm live in effect with the deal. It was cold mode. Yeah, it was it was pretty nippy outside today. That's what we used to say back in the little it's a bit nippy outside, man. It was something, man. But you know, all good though, man. Got a chance to do some studying this weekend. Been chatting with the peoples, been doing consultations also, just talking to people and giving people the answers they're looking for if I can. I try to help out as much as possible. All right, man, let's get right into it. Um, let's let's get to I only got a few things to share with you guys today. I'm not gonna go into to everything in detail, but I am gonna share with you some things I think we need to discuss. Let's talk about how goofy this piece of information is right here. All right. Now this is dated November 18th, 2022. Read this. FBI investigating Chinese police station in New York. Like, yeah, but I don't is let's read what it says. All right. It says Washington, the FBI is investigating an unauthorized police station that China is running out of New York as part of a global network of such outposts. FBI Director Christopher Wray said on Thursday, vowing to put a stop to Beijing's law enforcement, vowing to put a stop to Beijing's law enforcement activity in the United States. What? Yeah. My question is, do they expect us to believe this? They really expect people to believe this. And the thing about it is, no news outlet is reporting on this, so the U.S. citizens ain't gonna know. But this is a clear case of them trying to see how smart you are, who's paying attention. I think there started to be questions, maybe even some Freedom of Information Acts. I was thinking about, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was thinking about Senator Foyer and myself to find out what exactly the hell is going on and how it's even possible. You know, it's mind boggling. Now they got the nerve to try to play us for fools and tell us they're looking into it. What? Hold on. Nothing moves or shakes in the world of commerce without the feds knowing about it. Let's be 1,000% honest and let's be 1,000% focused on exactly what the hell is going on with that. Really? Like, what? All right, so look, speaking during a Senate Homeland Security meeting, Ray said the FBI is aware of the existence of these stations. Wait a minute, wait. He said stations with an S? So there's more than one of them. Does anybody know of any other of these stations around the United States of America soil? Does anybody know of any other stations of police stations for Beijing, China around US soil? Does anybody know? If so, please let me know in the chat because I just know about this one right here. I have to be careful about discussing our specific investigative work, but to me, it's outrageous to think that the Chinese police would attempt to set up shop in New York, for example, without proper coordination. The FBI director said proper coordination. What does that mean? What does that mean, though? The Chinese operation violates sovereignty and circumvents standard judicial and law enforcement cooperation processes, Ray said. In September, the Spanish-based human rights watchdog Safeguard Defenders reported that China has set up 54 overseas police stations around the world, including one in New York City and three in Toronto. So they all up in Canada, and they got one here. The group says its list was based off of statements, but the actual number may be higher. While tasked with cracking down on Chinese-related illegal activity overseas, the police stations present the latest iteration on China's growing transnational repression, where it seeks to police and limit political expression far beyond its own borders. The report said. The Chinese embassy in Washington did not respond for a request to comment. Chinese nationals have repeatedly said the police stations assist Chinese nationals overseas with routine matters such as renewing driver's licenses, functions that would normally be handled by an embassy or consulate. Right. These things would be handled by embassy or consulate. So why the hell is there a police station? You see what I'm saying? And y'all saying y'all don't know about it. That don't make no sense. Chinese public security authorities strictly observe the international law and fully respect judicial sovereignty of other countries. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning was quoted as saying last month, make no mistake about it, if there's a Chinese station, police station in New York, there's 1,000% chance they all know about it. Everybody's in on it. Documents are probably signed. Pretty sure it had something to do with that damn meeting they had, that world meeting. All the elites were talking about people's carbon footprints. The assholes who took damn Lear jets over to wherever the hell they went. I forgot where they went at now. But when they took a Lear jet over to wherever they went to discuss everybody else's carbon footprint, meanwhile their jet is putting out all kinds of carbon deposits into the atmosphere. You see what I'm saying? Like these things could have been done with a virtual meeting. Yet these mofos want to go meet up behind some goddamn locked building or something, like lock down the whole entire city. You know what I'm saying? Police everywhere. It was just it's crazy. So this is just one of the things I'll be willing to bet that was in place. I've actually had somebody from New York say they saw this place more than one times and it's been there for a while. So I could be wrong. It might have been there before that meeting even happened. Or maybe that meeting happened way before they told us it happened. It's a whole nother issue. Chinese public security authorities strictly observe international law. We already read that part. Asked by Republican Senator Rick Scott of Florida if the Chinese police had a right to operate on U.S. soil, Ray said the FBI was examining the legal parameters of it. What? And it talked to the Justice Department and the Department of State about unsanctioned operations. I can tell you, wait a minute, let me read that again. All right. Asked by Republican Senator Rick Scott of Florida if the Chinese police had a right to operate on U.S. soil, Ray said the FBI was examining the legal parameters of it and had talked to the Justice Department and the Department of State about unsanctioned operations. Okay, so he's just supposedly asking people about unsanctioned operations. I can tell you from an FBI director perspective, I'm deeply concerned about this, and I'm not going to just let it lie, Ray said. More investigations. The FBI is not only law enforcement agency probing an overseas Chinese police station. And then 2 months since the Safeguard Defenders report was released, at least 14 governments, including those of Britain, Canada, and Germany, have opened investigations into the operations, according to Safeguard Defenders. So now everybody's playing dumb, like, oh, yeah, we had no idea where they were doing this, blah, blah, blah. They're playing like they didn't know exactly what the hell was going on because people are starting to get twitchy about it. Ray said the FBI has been in talks with the international law enforcement partners about the Chinese police outfits because we're not the only country where this occurred. Most of the Chinese overseas police stations appear to be concentrated in Europe. The Irish government said last month it had asked China to shut down a police station operating in Dublin. They asked them to shut it down. Well, look, this is like a dog and pony show, man. Let's be 1,000% honest here. There's a lot of other countries that have interest in a lot of different things that the United States corporation is doing. Some people even say that the spot is that the U.S. corporation is actually owned by foreign entities, which I would not be surprised about. So if China was a majority shareholder of that corporation, it makes no it's no surprise to me that they would be, well, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. It don't make sense though. You know what I'm saying? Like, what jurisdiction do they have? And they're like, oh yeah, they're allowed to come over here and regulate their citizens and such. But like, yo, at the end of the day, how the hell are you operating a foreign power on a whole nother soil at all? You know what I mean? Unless there was agreements to it. It's a lot of it sounds like a lot of red tape. But I'll tell you what, you make no mistake, these people were all in on this. I refuse to believe some damn Chinese police station just appeared out of nowhere. Man, you set up a damn bagel shop on the corner of a block or something without the proper authorization and all that stuff. That shit is a wash, man. Ain't no way. What we got here? Missed a lot of comments. That was fast. I'm in live in effect. What the deal? What's good, deal? What's up? What's up? What's up? That's indeed. I like that joint too. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Only in New York. Don't speak too soon, bro, because I'm gonna tell you something, Rick. People, we saying only in New York as if it can't happen anywhere else, but we said that'll never happen here in the first place. Like it'll never be any foreigners, governments operating on American soil. And now look what happened. It's like, all right, we got one foot in the door. Now let's put one in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Let's put one in Washington. Let's put one in Boston, or Massachusetts, whatever, all over that state. There's a lot of different places they could go. Of course, they won't be able to put one in Texas. Those people will tear that motherfucker up. They won't be able to put one in Florida. Obvious places. You see what I'm saying? Where the Patriots mostly are. But in terms of there being a situation where, yeah, this could never happen anywhere else. Yo, nah, it ain't that simple, man. They playing chess. I will say that much. This is a chess game for them. Yes, please hit the like button. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Oh, yeah, that's right. She made a good point here. He dropped this banner, the Cash App. You can bless the Cash App. I'm trying to get one of the guys from the Barrel Bullies on here, man. But I need y'all energy. Y'all gotta send me y'all energy on this one. I need y'all to hit that donation so I ain't gotta it can cushion the blow. Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna want some cheese, but he can help you guys out a lot with the credit situation. So I'm still in talks, trying to get him to come on the show. But it's gonna be a donation to be made with that. So if y'all are interested in that, I need to send something to that Cash App. What up, Jay? What up? What up? What up? Davos, the meeting, Davos. He said Davos, the meeting. What up, A6? What's good? What's good? What's good? Davos was the meeting of the elites about, among other things. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's what it was. The DAVOS. It was good. Was good. Was good. Was good, champ. They're owned by China. But yeah, right. And a bunch of other places too. You know what I mean? But how are they able to they gotta have an excuse. Even if they are owned by it, they still gotta play the illusion not to alarm any of the regular US citizens who weren't paying attention anyway, and probably wouldn't even know that there was anything wrong with that if the news came out and said there's a Chinese police station. If they literally had the Chinese nationals coming over here arresting US citizens, these motherfuckers probably wouldn't even they'd be like, oh well. This is a state of these people's mindset. You know what I mean? They probably wouldn't even really be bothered by it as much. Like, yeah, you see nothing wrong with this, right? But yeah, we know exactly what the deal really is. But they would have to play it off somehow like it's something that you know is something else in so many words. You know, spin it off as something else, or shape and shift it as something else. China buying up gold, U.S. farmland while planning on going gold-backed currency with Russia. I heard about that, and I've known for a while though. They've been in Africa for years, and they've been trying to get the. I think they wanted control of the copper in Africa, and Africa actually sold a majority of those land masses and some of those mining fields. They allowed China to operate on those, and they hired their people from Africa to help out and all that, offering pennies for that shit. Meanwhile, they turning over all this money for that particular thing and getting rich. Meanwhile, the rest of the country stays poor. And you got those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many officials that are in pocket, filthy rich. And they just getting thrown table scraps. Meanwhile, the rest of the country is suffering. You know the game, man. Let's be honest. We all know what the script is. The shit has been going on forever. But yeah, they've been buying up. China's been buying up a lot of stuff lately, dude. Like, telling you. Peanuts. Yep. You know the story, man. So keep an eye on that. If you guys have any developments on that particular, what's up, Mike? What's good? If you have any developments on that particular situation, please send them to my email if I miss them, because I'm very interested to know exactly what the hell is going on with that. Because I want to know how they're going to spend this. You know what I mean? For the people who are curious, even the regular people that don't know all the stuff we know, like how are they going to spend this? I mean, you don't want to come out and say, yeah, China owns it. No, you can't say that. You know what I mean? So what is happening with that? So yeah, y'all get any information on that? Let me know because I'm very interested in it. It was a saying for it, the NAFTA, was it? NAFTA? What am I missing here? What's up, Cav? What's going on, man? NAFTA agreement. How was that able to circumvent the Constitution though? Well, contracts. That's right. Contracts. They just got money to blow they just got money to blow once they make it off our backs. It was initiated by Clinton. Oh, okay, NAFTA. Okay. So that gave them the ability to bring their police officers over here. That's insane, bro. Like, god damn. This is crafty mother. Hey, that's crazy. All right. But yeah, so I will be keeping an eye on that development. All right, let's take a look at this right here. Show you this video. This was on this was on Instagram. Let me know what you guys think about this because this is very interesting.
É grande essa porra, viu? Deixa eu ver que ele tá mandando. Não, mas não vai estar luz. Não, isso aí vai sair não. Lona tem muita aí, Lona e Lona tô quero só da torre. A conta tava isso aí não serve pra gente. Alguém tem uma faca aí na cinta? Até falar esse bicho pra mim não tem problema. Vamos puxar ele pra lá? Quero só a corda. Vamos puxar ele pra lá? Vamos,
Okay, so apparently, from what I gather and what I'm seeing here, this is supposed to be a satellite. It was attached to a balloon. NASA supposed to be a NASA satellite, and it's beeping. I promise you, that joint is beeping because it's got a locator on it. And I'm surprised that video made it online because I thought they would have knocked it offline or something like that. But who knows? Who knows what that was all about? But I will say this: that was very suspect. That was very suspect. What's good, Robin? Safe light down. Anthony says fake news. What up, Anthony? Yeah, that was crazy. So it looked like, you know what I mean? It must be one of those monitoring devices or something that's supposed to be up in outer space or something that supposedly crash landed. I don't know what country that was. It sounded like they were speaking some kind of native language or something like that. But yeah, that bad boy was crashed on the ground. It was supposed to be like on Mars or something. Ah, boy, that's insane. NASA is the biggest buyer of helium in the country. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I can't say I'm surprised whatsoever. But just more that good old FUCKERY that NASA's the government is up to. It could be a microsat built by somebody like you and me. That's possible too. That's possible, dude. Listen, after 2020, man, I'm not putting nothing past. Anything is possible. I will say that much. 2020 showed us anything is possible. They're saying it was 2020 vision, right? 2020, our vision should be perfectly clear by now. NASA never a straight answer. Yeah, I saw this one video where these two, I think they were rocket science experts, and they were getting interviewed by this guy, and he was like, "Yo, I think the Earth is flat." They were like, "That's ridiculous." Blah, 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 blah. These dudes were going in on him, making fun of him and stuff, right? He said, "Okay," so he showed him a picture of it looked like the sky or whatever. It looked like, when you look at the supposedly when you look at the quote unquote globe from outside of space, and he was like, "Why is it that all the clouds look like this? Such and such and such." And then they were like, "That's very easy. I can answer this. This one's an easy one. It's because such and such." He was like, "Oh, really? Well, that's interesting because this is just a picture of my lawn upside down." he, he showed him a picture of his backyard in the sky, and he flipped the picture upside down so it looked like it was underneath, but it was actually a clear picture of the sky. They were like, "Oh yeah, that's a good one." Blah blah blah. And then he got him 3 different times with the same trick. Like, it was just crazy. And it was just basically common sense that something like that would be easy to basically pull over on people. I think it's more. Yeah, it could be that too, to be honest, Robin. But let's be honest, like these people don't have a limit on how much cheese they have. Like they literally, the Federal Reserve is literally in connection with all these people. So I mean, I refuse to believe, they need the money. Like, nah, I don't think it's that simple. I think it's the energy. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the energy you put out is turned into Federal Reserve notes. So the hours you spend at work, you get you. That's why you get a gross paycheck, and then they take a bunch of shit out of the taxes on the income tax for U.S. citizens. You know what I'm saying? It's an energy thing. So I don't think it's the damn Federal Reserve notes they give a damn about. I think it's the energy. They wasting a bunch of it. Like, yo, we're just gonna go ahead and tell y'all we're using it for this, and just whatever, put that shit somewhere that don't make a difference because we don't need it. How fucked up is that, huh? Peace, kinfolk. The likes are still in the low lows. Elect the thumbs up or donate to the Cash App for the extra energy exchange. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we got 26 people in here. There definitely should be 26 likes. What's good with the likes though? What up, Civic Maker? I'm an active amateur radio, ham radio. I know clubs that have sent stuff up in the upper atmosphere and had tracking stuff on it. Okay, interesting. I hope is there a part 2 to that? Because I'm interested to hear what your standpoint is on that. Gross. Okay, whatever that means. But yeah, so yeah, like he said, never a straight answer with them particular mofos. But hey, we all know what time it is with that. We know what time they on. You know what I mean? All right, this right here, this video right here is the talk of the town. I'm gonna let this play out because I want y'all to see the whole transaction. All right. Everybody's talking about this video right here, and then people are asking me to talk about it. Now, before I share this video with you guys, I'm letting you know right now, I do not condone any of this particular ex- extremes that this gentleman um went to in this particular circumstance. I don't operate a move like this. Nobody I know operates or moves like this. And this is just to show you guys how this guy reacted to this situation and what the transaction was. Now, this gentleman is a national, and apparently he was traveling with his passport with no plates on his truck. So he was moving properly in some aspects. Now, proper is a very rare relative term depending on who you're talking to. So, me personally, some of this stuff was deemed as intelligence, and some of it was just like, dude, you are tripping. But I get it, you know what I mean. But I can't say I condone this. I don't teach this or any of that. So we'll go ahead and get to it right now. All right, so this is a guy that was pulled over who's a national. He had his passport. He gave the police his passport. Looks like these guys are border patrol. I can't tell because they got the green uniforms on, unless they're park rangers or something. I can't tell what's up. But yeah, these guys are trying to play my man. So listen to this and let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna play it from start to finish.
You're driving without a driver's license. You're speeding. You don't have plates on your vehicle. Okay. So what I'm gonna do? I need you to get out of the vehicle to chat with us. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you to get out of the car. So right now I'm asking you. Okay, I'm going to tell you to get out of the car. You need to get out of the car right now. I'm going to make you get out of the car. What that means, I'm going to break the window, unlock the vehicle, and pull you out. Understand? Okay, sir. I'm telling you, if we have to, we will break the window, unlock the vehicle, and pull you out. Do you want it to get to that, or do you want to come out and talk to us? Okay, so what are we going to do here?
We're going to have a gunfight on the side of the road is what we're going to have.
We do not need to have a gunfight
well,
on
then,
the side of the road.
Then you better start listening to sense. Your idea on solving this, being you have no authority or jurisdiction over me, is for me to get out of my private automobile and talk about what I just told you.
And you can show me your passport.
You got my passport, dude.
I don't have your passport.
Those gentlemen do have my passport. The Highway Patrol do.
Okay.
Highway Patrol, how about bring the passport so I can read it to the sheriff? Could you be so kind?
So, if you come out and explain to me your passport, I'll hear your side of it.
You've already heard my side. I've already told you my side.
Well, you can explain your passport to me.
I don't need to explain it. You should know this as a LEO, shouldn't
you? I've never seen your passport.
Well, then, I don't know what to tell you. We'll sit here all goddamn night. but I am not getting out of this goddamn private automobile to explain myself that I've already done. I'm asserting my rights to travel, and I'm informing you that you have no jurisdiction or authority over me, and you're not trying to accept it. Ask the guy to pull me over to get it. I'll show it to you. It's real simple. This is real simple. You're making it difficult.
I don't feel that I am.
Well,
I'm the one making it difficult right now.
Right, because I won't do what you ask. I don't have to do what you ask. You have zero authority over me. I don't contract with foreign corporations.
The right of a citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon, by horse-drawn carriage, wagon, or automobile, is not a mere privilege which may be prohibited at will, but a common right which he has under his right to life, liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee one may, therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along the public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in an orderly and decent manner, neither interfering with nor disturbing another's rights, he will be protected, not only in his person, but in a safe conduct.
No authority, no jurisdiction. There's nothing in any law.
How's it a contract for you to get out of your vehicle and explain your passport to me?
I don't need to do any of that. I'm trying to explain to you, I don't need to do any of that.
I'm not saying
go get the passport, bud, and I will read it to you.
I was asking you to do
I am asking you to go get my passport, and I will read it to you. How about that? That makes all kinds of sense, but you ain't ready for that, are you?
We're in a bind then.
Okay, we're in a bind.
I want you to get out and explain it to me.
I'm not getting out of this private automobile. Not happening.
Thompson v. Smith, 154 SC 579, 11 American Jurisprudence, Constitutional Law, Section 329, page 1135. The right of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon, in the ordinary course of life and business, is a common right which he has under the right to enjoy life and liberty, to acquire and possess property, and to pursue happiness and safety. It includes the right, in so doing, to use the ordinary and usual conveyances of the day, and under the existing modes of travel, includes the right to drive a horse-drawn carriage or wagon thereon, or to operate an automobile thereon, for the usual and ordinary purpose of life and business.
Not happening. So ask them gentlemen politely, sirs, highway patrolmen, may I please have my passport to read to the sheriff?
They're not going to give it back to you until...
They're not going to give it back to me. So you're telling me the highway patrol in Wyoming has stole my private property. Is that what you guys are telling me?
You can claim.
No, it's not a claim, sir. That's another matter of fact of law. Does that passport belong to any of you? Does that passport belong to any of you? The answer is no. And if you're not giving that back to me, which is my said possession, what is that called? What's that called? As LEOs, you should know what that's.
Let me know.
That's called theft. Okay? So, young man, may I have my passport, please, to read to the sheriff?
Okay, the only way you're getting your passport is once you step out of this vehicle.
Why do you want me out of this vehicle so bad, you guys?
Because there is state law, case law, Pennsylvania versus...
Case law is not law. That's where you're wrong again. Case law ain't law.
Okay.
Not even close. What you guys need to do is understand that I am correct. You have no authority over me. None. I don't have to get out of this private automobile. I don't have to obey your corporate bylaw speed limits.
Okay, let me just explain this to you. You're not leaving here until you step out of the vehicle.
Then I ain't leaving. I am not going anywhere. And your threats don't mean jack to me, bud.
Well, it's not a threat.
To hell if it ain't. You're threatening me to get out of this vehicle so you can try to kidnap me Meanwhile, you've stolen my property, and you can't even admit that.
It's the property of the United States government, actually, sir.
No, it is not.
Yes, sir.
What is possession?
It is property.
What is possession,
I'm
sir?
not going to argue with you, sir.
I know you can argue with me because you don't know the law. Possession is 9/10 of it, correct?
All I said was...
Huh?
All I said... When I stopped you, I didn't say you're getting a ticket. I never said you're getting a ticket. I just want you to step out so we can talk face to face.
We are talking face to face.
Out of your vehicle.
No, I'm not getting out of my private automobile. This ain't a vehicle.
Campbell v. Walker, 78 Adel 601, 603, 2 Boyce, Dell. 41. The owner of an automobile has the same right as the owner of other vehicles to use the highway. A traveler on foot has the same right to the use of the public highways as an automobile or any other vehicle.
Okay?
What is it then?
It's a private automobile. Actually, Congress passed a law July 8th of this year that nobody in the United States needs a driver license unless they're dealing in commerce. Have you all been informed of that?
I missed that one.
Well, of course, because you guys are revenuers for a foreign corporation running under statutes and codes. None of you have ever studied the law.
The United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 1. Full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state. January 19, 2011. Judge May's conclusion of law was that the Dallas Police Department and the North Carolina Department of Transportation are both private entities that do not fall within the executive branch of state government. This decision was upheld in judicial review by Judge Ridgway. This means that every police department in the country is a private entity. In other words, they are private contractors and private for-profit businesses. So if a Walkenhut security guard driving an armored car pulled you over and tried to give you a ticket, what would you do? Governments descend to the level of a mere private corporation and take on the characteristics of a mere private citizen, where private corporate commercial paper, Federal Reserve notes and securities, checks, is concerned. For purposes of suit, such corporations and individuals are regarded as entities entirely separate from government. Clearfield Trust Company v. United States 308.
If you're a producer, you
363 to 371. 1942. What the Clearfield Doctrine is saying is that when private commercial paper is used by corporate government, the government loses its sovereignty status and becomes no different than a private corporation. Government is bound by the rules and laws that govern private corporations, so if they intend to compel a living man or woman to some specific performance based upon its corporate statutes or corporation rules, then the government, like any private corporation, must be the holder in due course of a contract or some consenting agreement made with full disclosure between it and the one upon whom demands for specific performance are made. The government is required to enter the contract or commercial agreement into evidence by due process before trying to get the court to enforce its statutory demands. Every so-called city, county, state or federal government entity, courts, police, taxing agencies, etc. you can think of are listed on Manta.com, which belongs to Dun & Bradstreet and are traded on the stock market. Real governments do not trade on the stock market. Governments are supposed to provide public services.
Okay? So just admit that you don't have authority over me, hand me my passport, and say I'm sorry for impeding your travel.
What do I need to give you to get you out of your vehicle?
No, you ain't getting me out of this private automobile.
Okay.
Why would I? I haven't committed a crime.
Because I'm giving you a lawful officer as a peace officer to step out of your vehicle.
You're doing what now?
We'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
All right, so what's your last name?
Barris, B-E-R-R-I-S.
B-E-R-R-I-S.
It's in the passport you stole.
Okay, we didn't steal your passport.
Well, then may I have my passport
You'll get
back?
everything back. What I need you to do, okay, so I'm going to tell you. Okay, so you're driving without a driver's license. You're speeding. You don't have plates on your vehicle. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I need you to get out of the vehicle to chat with us. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you to get out of the car. So right now I'm asking you, Will you please get out of the car and speak with us?
No, I will not.
Okay, I'm going to tell you to get out of the car. You need to get out of the car right now.
You're being recorded.
That's fine.
Okay. And under what authority are you demanding an American state national to get out of this vehicle when I don't have to prove any kind of... I am not in your corporate bylaws. I don't need driver's licenses.
That's fine. I respect your beliefs, but
it's not a belief, you guys.
Okay,
this ain't beliefs.
This next time, I'm going to make you get out of the car. What that means, I'm going to break the window, unlock the vehicle, and pull you out. Understand?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, I'm telling you.
I am telling you, if you do that, this is going to go south quick. Okay.
I don't want it to go south.
Well, don't be fucking breaking into my private property or stealing my private property.
Okay, then help us out, sir.
I've already helped you. I've educated you about the law, but you're not listening. Okay. You're not accepting the facts. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you one more time. I would like my passport back. I would like to get on my way. I have critters with water freezing. I really don't have time for this.
Okay, sir. I'm telling you, if we have to, we will break the window, unlock the vehicle, and pull you out. Do you want it to get to that, or do you want to come out and talk to us?
Okay, so you're threatening to break my private property.
I'm telling you that
and
I have
do you know under the
to take
law
you out of this vehicle if you do not comply with our orders.
I don't have to comply with your orders.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Yes, sir.
I do not.
Okay, so what are we going to do here?
We're going to have a gunfight on the side of the road is what we're going to have.
We do not need to have a gunfight
well,
on the side of the road.
Then you better start listening to sense.
You need to start listening.
No, sir. I do not need to listen to an agent of a foreign corporation.
Okay.
Okay? I asked you guys to go back there and call somebody in town that actually knows the law.
Who's this person in town that knows the law?
Apparently somebody. I would try with John Harlan as the sheriff and ask
John Harlan. Okay.
And ask him.
Okay, well, we have a representative of the sheriff's office right here. And he was talking to you.
I know, but that don't mean he knows the actual law.
Look, I'm not trying to get anybody riled up, and I apologize for doing that. What I'm trying to do is find an ending to this that's civil for both of us.
Here's the simple ending. You guys admit that you have no authority over me.
We can't do that, sir.
Well, I'm sorry you can't do that.
Okay.
Well, but I am not going to allow you to violate my rights to travel. I will not allow you to damage my private property. Okay? I'm telling you right now.
I don't want to damage your private property. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I don't want to at all.
Okay.
All I want you to do is get out of the vehicle so we can talk. That's it. That is it. And I won't damage your private property. Nothing.
Not happening. Okay. I don't have to get out of this vehicle.
Okay, so why are we coming to this? Why are we butting heads there? Why don't you?
Because you guys are not listening to the matter of fact of law. That's why.
To the matter of fact of law.
It's called the matter of fact of law. Okay. The fact of that matter is you have zero authority over me. Where I'm going to travel, how I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do it in, and what placards I place on said private automobile.
Okay.
Okay?
Just give me 1 second, okay?
This ain't going to...
Why are you threatening to get in a gunfight, Frank?
Because I'm not going to allow them to fucking violate my shit, dude. I'm not allowing them to violate my right to travel freely and damage my private property because I won't listen to a so-called authority that has none over me? Really? And I'm explaining myself over and over?
So if we got somebody on the phone, you'd talk to somebody?
There ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. You wouldn't want to talk to anybody?
There's nobody to talk to about anything. What is there to talk to? You guys not admitting that you have no authority over me? Is that what it is?
You said you wanted to talk to Sheriff Harlan.
I don't want to talk to Sheriff. I've already talked to him. I've talked to all your judges, your state's attorneys. State's attorneys know. I sent them cease and desist. Shit disappeared. Why? Because I know the law.
Okay.
This is absolutely ludicrous. This is supposed to be America? Where's my right to travel freely, you guys?
Well,
Where's
we'll
that at right
make some
now?
phone calls and see what we can do here, okay?
Well, common sense should prevail, and I'm counting on the sheriff's department for that.
Okay. You know,
So now we're all back there having a powwow.
Eve Online.
The kid for the patrol just got out of his car with my passport, handed it to, I guess, his superior highway patrolman. Now they're all three back there yakking again. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
All right, sir. Here's your passport back. Can you roll it down a little bit further? You just want me to slide it in there?
Just slide her in here.
Okay. So this is back. Did you already pull those out? Okay. Free to go for now. Okay.
What'd you do to my car?
We didn't do anything to your car.
Okay, I got it on film here.
Okay.
There's nothing sabotaged on my private vehicle.
There's nothing sabotaged on your vehicle.
All right. So you guys have a nice day.
Okay. We'll see you around.
Well, that was interesting.
So you would abuse your authority if I exercise my right?
Whatever. I don't personally care what you sentence me to.
All right. So that's how he carried it. That's what dude carried it like. All right, let's get back to the comments. We got a lot to discuss. Oh man, dude said I took that trip to the top of the atmosphere when I was crushed under a half semi truck. Sorry to hear that. God damn. Sheesh. That's rough. The launch of James Webb was sketchy as fuck. It was live and then cut to 3D animation. Yeah, it's always some sideways stuff. He instantly went to 100%. I got some merch for Big, but they really got some bad luck. Sheeps must be got offended. Yeah, yes indeed, yes indeed. What up, Isaiah? Was good. Do you understand? Nope, understand. Very important piece of information right there. Yeah, get in the habit. What up, Nicole? That brother has big kahunas. Yeah, dude. He wasn't playing, man. A6, what do you think he wants to read on his passport? He said that 3 times. It might have been, maybe he wrote some endorsement on there or something like that. He might have wrote something in the notes section, as a declaration, because you can actually write something on the back as a declaration and you can have it notarized. You can do that. You're supposed to actually, for your status on your book, you're actually supposed to write in the back. Back in the day, you used to have to circle national or citizen, but now you have to write a declaration pretty much in the back and then have it notarized and autograph the bottom of it. But yeah, I think that's what he did with his. There we go, Mike. What up, Rising Aquarius? He's laughing. They can ask till the cows come home. He said, that's right. They want to cuff him, not chat. That's the thing. Like, they be trying to get you off that automobile, man. They try to get you off the automobile. Like I said, I wouldn't have handled it like that. You know what I mean? Nah, it's that's what the fee schedule is for. Ain't no need to get into all that because the fee schedule is gonna basically handle all anything you literally have the right to charge however much you want to charge for your time. Your time is not free, especially if if you're not like contracted or anything like that. I mean, yeah, I ain't contracted with y'all, so anything you want to do, yeah, it's gonna be a fee for that. Let them know if it's gonna be a fee for that. Charge. And a lot of people say, hey, I've even saw people get pulled over and say, yo, it's $500 a minute, and that shit quick. Like the first 5 minutes is free. Anything after that is $500 a minute. Seen people do it. Seen people do it. He's definitely on point. He knew his rights. So wait, they can't cuff him if you don't get out, out of the way. And just like that, he was traveling. What up, Joseph? It's too bad he didn't have the documentation that you listed so he could hand the officer and show their indeficiency. But I love this man to this ground. I mean, yeah, he didn't have the documents that we usually like to keep in our automobiles, but he had something else that I guess that he had something else that stood in for the document. I don't teach that, but okay. I know. I said that's why they wanted him to step out. He could have put them on notice prior for hitting the highway. Yeah, that's what I mean, that's what we do. We give notice because look, it's a two-sided coin. Listen, all right. When these dudes are manufactured at the police academy, they take it in as people who fit the criteria of people who can work for that particular corporation. And let's be honest, they only look for certain kinds of people. You know, anything you say or on a test or any questions you ask, all of that stuff is basically factored in to their decisions. So yeah, just anybody is not going to be able to make it. You know what I mean? They got a strict, not only a physical test, but like they got a mental test too. They got a certain amount of questions they'll ask to determine what kind of mofo you are and whether they can let you on or not. You know what I mean? So the way they're manufactured basically in those academies, they're not taught any of this stuff. It's left completely out because at the end of the day, they are a private corporation that has ties and elbows and arms locked with these other private corporations. So they're locked in with the Department of Motor Vehicles, and then they're locked in with the state court or whatever like that. It's all intertwined. And then they're locked in with the what is it, the red light camera division. They're all in cahoots. Traffic enforcement, all that stuff. It's all private corporations. When people who give you parking tickets, it's all private corporations operating underneath the state umbrella. So yeah, it's 100% private. So with that said, or not private, it's technically public, but it's technically private. You know what I mean? It's one of them type things. It's not government, so they public servants because they're underneath the umbrella, but they're not quite, you know what I mean, 100%. They're still a privatized organization, meaning they don't just have jurisdiction over just because you exist. So it's one of them gray area type. Same thing for the Federal Reserve. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. So this is what they do. They play both sides of the fence. And my man said, I don't have any of them documents, but only document I got is the Constitution. Amendments 1 and 2 and 4. That's what he said. So apparently, it worked out for him. Like I said, I don't teach this, and I do not condone or I do not give this advice to anybody to move in such a manner. That shit could have went south real fast, depending on what state you in and what kind of offices you have. Here in Maryland, we had the Gun Trace Task Force. You guys know about that if you watched. Suggest everybody go out and watch that show called "We Own the City." It was about the gun trace task force and how they went rogue in Baltimore City, and they were basically robbing drug dealers and reselling the drugs, to other people. And they would plant guns on people when they pulled them over and they couldn't find any drugs. They would plant guns to make it look like the people were up to something anyway or involved in some kind of way. It was awful. So yeah, there was a big thing about that, and a lot of people. I think it was like what was it, 12 heads that went down for that? At 12 heads that went to jail. The ringleader, which is supposed to be a decorated officer, that some bitch got over 30 years. So he in there for a minute. But yeah, I mean, they were literally taking all kinds of cane and powder and rock off people and reselling it. It was dirty. But you got those kind of mofos running around, bro. Yo, you them. Hey, like I said, it's certain way you got to move depending on where you're from. I don't know where dude was from, but he played ball and it worked out for him. That shit could have went the other way fast. Yeah, it's a flip of a coin, and that's the situation. You know what I mean? We've been put in for exercising our rights. You know, it's a very volatile situation. So I always teach, you know, if you're gonna move around and stay in honor. You know what I mean? I had a guy basically upset about the what I was saying. Like, you're always saying stay in honor. These people don't have any honor, blah blah blah. But yo, that's the game. Because now if you act in dishonor, you didn't stoop down to their level, and now they're gonna beat you with experience. Now you got your ass whipped because you tried to act in dishonor, but they literally that's what they move in. They always move in dishonor for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Gold and silver was removed, dishonor. You know, not telling the public the truth, dishonor. That kind of stuff, debtor stuff. Always engaging in arguments, always pulling you into court, causing a controversy. Be 1 second. But yeah, like I was saying, they're always operating in dishonor. So you have to make sure you stay in honor at all times. You don't have um, the luxury of just arguing back and forth and just picking up the biggest thing you can find to tear stuff up because you're outnumbered, you're outgunned. This is you got to operate in honor. You try to go the military route, they have the advantage. It's a chess game. You know what I mean? I went to his channel and subscribed earlier today. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. What's the guy channel? I think his name was Kenny Barris or something like that. I think that's what he said his name was. Hold on. I'll take a look, see if I can find it. But he stood on the square. Yeah, I gotta figure. I'll give you the name of the video so y'all can go back and watch it again. But I thought his name was Kenny Barris. Hold on. Oh, Frank Barris. My bad. Frank Barris. Frank Barris. That's his name. Frank Barris. He got 42K views on that joint. He's got almost 2,000 subscribers. He's only got the one video on his channel, and that's the one. So yeah, Frank Barris is his name. I think it's a prerequisite that you have to have a big chest and a small brain. Possibly. I mean, who knows? I done met some I don't know, I done met some police officers um that weren't necessarily slow. I wouldn't say that. Just um got a family and want to support them. You know, got a family, want to put food on the table. And are willing to do pretty much anything to do that. So it's I can't say that it's all of them are basically slow, and a lot of information is left out. Like I said, I talked to police officers that they heard the information. It was like, yo, is this real? And I was like, yo, this is the case law right here. And why they don't teach us that in school? Because y'all the revenue collectors. Your job is to get out there and turn the bucks. Your job is to get out there and give tickets, citations, arrests, get those bonds started, all that stuff. Y'all stimulate commerce. Y'all regulate commerce. They never tell you that, but that's what it is. What up, Yosef? Check out the 0%. What am I missing? What you mean? What you mean the 0%, Yosef? You gotta fill me in on that. What you mean? But yeah, it ain't necessarily just a thing where hey, all of y'all are not intelligent. Nah, is they legit are basically there. They started off just like you did. You know what I mean? You came into the information. You thought the driver's license was you. You know what I'm saying? You thought that everybody's a U.S. citizen. You thought if you were born here, you're really a U.S. citizen. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. And they have the disadvantage of being put on the statutes, codes, and ordinances side, and they don't know anything else. Even though they were the Constitution, they basically were put in a position where they had to go ahead and take an oath for it, which is still that's still a dishonor because you should know what the hell you were taking an oath for. You taking an oath for something you don't even know what it is. Like what the hell? What kind of shit is that? That's fraud within itself. But they're pretty much horribly misled. You know what I'm saying? So take that for what it's worth. Like I said, I never had a problem with police officers. I got a problem with people who like go out of their way to piss on people's rights. Now that's fucked up. I don't like that. What up, Jay Black? He says, "Yeah, I went to the post office and got my general free delivery 1527 form and the postmaster gave me a change of address app instead." Yeah, they do that, but you definitely went ahead of form 1527 because right on the bottom it tells you in case they try to say you can only use general delivery for 30 days. It says right on the form that's not the case, so that's not what it is, you know, at all. He says it's a book. Okay, okay. Yo, my man Yosef is he goes through these books fast. He be leaving me in the dust. I'm so behind, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I need to get with that on that movement. But yeah, so in terms of moving around, it's the way we move is basically preventive. I can honestly say the way we move is preventive. You don't have to worry about running into them situations. It was at least minimized for the most part. It's for the most part, it's like I'd say you might have a chance of that happening, 80% chance that don't happen from what I've seen. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we teach prevention, putting the right people on notice, getting your status corrected, you know what I mean? Riding around with the right credentials, keeping the right documentation in your whip because the police are not at all trained on any of this stuff. Some of them are starting to learn though. Some of them are starting to learn. That's very interesting. This has been some police officers that watch Wolf and some watch this channel here. Like I said, I talked to some and they're starting to learn it. And the very interesting thing I've seen is when somebody gets pulled over, they say, "I'd like to learn more about this." I've seen that happen twice when watching stops. I like to learn more about this, and I'm like, "Yeah, you can take my email." Somebody will say, "Yeah, yeah, here's my number. We can talk about it and such." But some police officers are interested in learning about it because it's a side of the job they've never seen, they haven't been exposed to. You know, so there's that. That's my take on that. So there it is. You asked me to comment on it. I've done so. There you go. All right. My man's talking about the 0% book. What is the book about? Let me take a look here. See what that's. Let's take a look. Y'all really talking about this book. It must be good. Who is it by? Duval. Zero. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, I gotta find it. I don't see it on. I had to do like a regular search. I'm gonna have to continue looking for it. But yeah, that sounds interesting though. That's why I screwed the name up. Jeez, I mutilated his name. Try it again. The 0%. Okay. All right. So this is the book right here they're talking about. I'll show you guys. Secrets of the United States: The Power of Trust, Nationality, Banking, and Zero Taxes. Okay. Yo, this is a book right here on Amazon. Okay, this is interesting. Did you know the federal government actually follows biblical principles, and by sheer ignorance of those principles, one can be classified as participating in rebellion or committing a crime against the United States? Okay, yeah, this is some good stuff right here. Wow. Yeah, this is some fire. Now I'm about to get that. I'm getting that this week now. Definitely getting that this week. There's a YouTube channel too. Okay, let's take a look at that also while we at it. What's the name of the channel? I don't see it. I see a bunch of other stuff that's not related. Yes, some lady read the book. It's kind of cool. Somebody read it, so it's a reading on YouTube. UCC 1308, no contract, less than 3 days. Court came, didn't go. Okay, is that what you're saying you did, Mike? Is that what happened? Skylar and Michaela, my bad. Skylar. But yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, I'll be grabbing that book. I just made a note of it, so I'll be into that. All right, let's go ahead and open up these lines real quick. Here is the link. All right, that's the link right there. So if y'all want to hop in, we can chop this fable. You know what I mean? Talk about this stuff. All right, where we at with the likes? I got to take a look, see where we at. Where we at with the likes, folks? Where we at? $41. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. 41 likes. That's good. Good, good. That's good for the algorithm. Yes, indeed. But there's the link right there. So if you're interested in hopping in, you got any questions, do you want to chop it up? We can do so. Hop on in. The water's fine. Okay, so did you check the docket to make sure the court case disappeared? And do you have your passport? I guess that's the first question I should be asking them. That's the first question I should ask. Man, this water, this weather is something else. This weather, man, I have you dried out. Like you should be ashy. All right, yeah, she reads a chapter. There's a lot of books that he reads about this stuff. Subscribe to her. I'll see what her name is. I forgot. I'm interested in that, Albert. If you can't remember the name, just go ahead and email it to me when you get a chance to find out what it is. I'll be interested in reading that. That sounds like something I'd be down with. Cop told me I didn't believe him, so he had to make a believer out of him. He told you to make a believer out of him? Okay. There you go. I'm not sure what process you follow, bro, but hopefully you did all the steps properly. But you know, sometimes you might have to go in there and defend your rights. That's just the way this thing works. Here it is right here. Okay, you spell it out. Thanks. Good looking out, Civic Maker. Thank you for that. All right, let's get to it. Hold on. Before we get to that, let's get to it. Man, it's got a lot of good stuff on here. Wow. Yep. It's a whole lot of stuff on here. Yeah, these videos are long. I'm not going to cover one of these videos tonight. But yeah, this is maybe we'll do something like this next week. Yeah, this is interesting. There's a lot of good stuff on here. Wow. The 0%. That's interesting. Let me show you the channel real fast. Scroll up. Show y'all what I'm looking at. All right, so here it is right here. So this is maybe we'll cover some of this stuff next week. Y'all probably want to hear about it anyway. Shutting down child support, spousal support, child protective services, any commercial crime, testimonies, no money, no credit. How to buy a home with no credit or money down. How to transfer trust certificate. Oh yeah, it's got some heat on here. This is some fire, bro. Damn. That's almost 2K subs too. That's what's up, man. Yeah, go subscribe there if you're interested in that. 30 last I seen likes. Yeah, it's 41 last time I checked. If you haven't hit the like button on the way in, go ahead and hit that for me. Yeah, I gave him 4-star passport and everything. I also made several attempts to get the 1527 form. All 3 post offices stated they didn't have the 1527 form. I was finally able to reach out to the postmaster, who is the postmaster several. Yeah, you know what, man? And you know what's interesting? I've been having people hit me up this week and say the same thing. They saying they don't know what the 1527 form is. I just got an update Tuesday of last week Guy hit me up and said, yeah, so here's an update. I went into the post office to pick up the form. They had to order the form. And when I finally got the form, I showed it to them. And it was like, wow, we've never seen that form before. They didn't even know it existed. So, yes, the 1527 does exist. I'm surprised a lot of these places don't have it. But yeah, so that it is a thing. And yes, these people don't know what's going on for the most part because people ain't moving like that, even though they should. But yeah, you got to stick to your guns, man. You're right and they're incorrect. You have to show them why they're incorrect. If you got to, you can pull it up right online, the USPS 1527 form, and you can show it to them. That's always a way you can move. You show them the form online. Tell them to order it if they don't have it. They can order it. They can order all those forms. As a matter of fact, I think that they had the cost of the form is like for them, not you. It's free for you, but for them, it's like 68 cents or something like that. I don't know. Maybe less than that. It had the price right on the website. I have a passport from 1981, and the fourth page is for amendments and endorsements. That's fire. You can actually put on, I believe, amendments and endorsements on the back of the previous gen, not the ones that are out now, but the previous generation. No, he had to make a believer out of me. Oh, got you. Okay, I'm not sure how that is, but okay. Officers indicated to complete the change of address form. I completed the form and handed it to the supervisor, where he stated he would take care of it as soon as possible. Who will order the form? I mean, shoot, man, go right to the if you need to find out who's above the postmaster, because all of them have a chain of command they gotta follow. Find out who's above the postmaster, get his number or her number, and just call her and tell her you need the 1527 form, that they don't know what it is. I don't see why those people are making such a big deal. It's not like it's a secret that they're not supposed to give you. All right, I got in the green room, my man Victor Von Doom. Y'all been asking him to come back, and he did. What's good, champ?
Peace, brother. How you feel?
Pretty good, son. I can't complain at all, man.
Good.
My man got the power stance. I feel you, bro. I respect it. What's good
though? Hey, you know what? Your channel is hot. And you know, watching the video with the gentleman interacting with the police, yeah, he was within his rights. But like I said, you know, that could. We all know, you know, that you can have your license, you can have everything in order, and you still going, you know, you're gonna end up in a body bag, you know, depending on the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, there's good cops and then there's corrupt cops, and you don't know who you're dealing with. So, you know, my thinking was if we would reach out to the highway patrol, like if you know you're going somewhere, you know, it's a little bit of a hassle, but hey, you know, I'm gonna take a trip down to Georgia, so I know I'm going to be going through these various states, and I'm taking this trip next week. So what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to notify everybody that I'm going to be passing through. Okay, with a postcard or whatever else, you know, get a name. You know, when you get the green slip back, say, hey, you know, I talked to Carol Danvers. You know, she was such, or yeah, I spoke to her dispatch. You know, Robin, yeah. You know, Robin, okay, hold on right there. Robin, you know, and they do their thing. Like you start dropping names and dropping physical receipts.
Yep.
Okay, that tells them that you have a personal relationship. And I would think we should even go as far as start trying to contract carefully contract with the highway patrol. Okay, with lieutenants. You know, and that contract could be a simple thing as, you know, just, hey, I talked with you, I got your business card, you know, it's you know, it's on this this packet of information that I carry in my vehicle, so that the lower serviles would say, you know, you're dropping names, and they're like, wait right here, okay, and you make it clear, I know people. Okay, so this is going to be a problem if you want to start exercising your human rights, your animal rights. Okay, which is, you know, being able to murder, you know, or do all kinds of dirt that some of them do. So I don't know how the rest of you feel, but yeah, I think we should do enough homework to realize, you know, there's a way that we can travel without, you know, saying, you know, oh, we're gonna have this conversation at the end of a gun, or, you know, they got more guns than we have. You know,
That's what I said. Yo.
so it just at the end of the day, it paid off that one time.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like having sex with multiple partners without protection. You know, you're gonna get burned at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you always want to go in with protection, and that protection is, putting them on notice, being non-belligerent. As I said before, there's a time it's the time to be belligerent. It's time to be combative.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
It's that wasn't, I don't believe, a time that needed that.
No, I agree.
It could have been prevented had he done the right steps. Like, yo, you got your passport.
Right.
You got your no plates. All right. You move them right that way. How about putting people on notice first? How about having your documents that before you send them out, you get them authenticated?
Right.
How about that? How about you get them authenticated at a state and federal level? Right.
Right.
So now the federal government's involved, and this form has been seen by your chief of police. You see what I'm saying? So now, like, or I was telling somebody else, you can schedule a meeting with the chief.
Exactly.
You can literally. A lot of people don't know you can do this. It would take a while because they're busy as hell. Might take a month or two. But yes, you can schedule a meeting with the chief of police. You just call. You find out what channels you need to go through to schedule a meeting. What is this about? Just statutes, codes, constitutional, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And you sit down. There you go.
Yeah.
I see people, auditors on YouTube who got their rights violated. Schedule a meeting with the chief. It's actually possible. People acting like these people they exist. You just have to reach out to them.
Exactly.
Shit, I go as far as to say you can even schedule a meeting with your mayor or governor too. That's going to take longer, but it's possible.
Yeah, and when you've got the mayor or any of the officials, putting their signature on your process by meeting with you or any of that kind of thing, you start dropping names, you start dropping dates. Then you've got a fee schedule. That's a different energy. Yep. I mean, think about it. The energy that you would have when you're pulled over, they can sense it. They can sense when you're driving past a nervousness. It's almost like a hunter.
I'm telling you, yo. People don't get it.
No, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Sense that. So let's say they pull over the wrong dude. They pull you over. And you like, hey, officer, how you doing? You realize, blah, 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 you don't have the, that's okay. Just to let you know, I've notified, yada, yada, yada. And after this amount of time, it's going to be $500 a minute, my fee schedule. So and your energy is like, I'm getting paid. I'm going to Disneyland, or whatever it is.
Right.
He's going to feel that like, oh, shit, he's too confident.
Because they train to look for nervousness and they train to look for apprehensiveness.
Yeah.
But if you're like, yeah, man, absolutely. I don't want to, but are you telling me I got to? Because I can do it if under duress.
Right.
Yeah. And to go back to the cruise, like, why is this guy so confident?
Right.
Yeah. I should call the lieutenant and see if he heard anything. He said something about he sent in a notice or something.
Exactly.
Lieutenant's like, just sit tight for a minute. Takes like 5 or 10 minutes. That's what they back there doing. When y'all sitting here waiting for 15, 18 minutes, they're making calls up the chain of command to find out what to do next.
Right.
The lower underlings are talking to the sergeants. The sergeants might even be on the scene. They don't know. They might not know what's going on. They reached out to lieutenants. Lieutenant like, man, that happened a while ago, but I don't even remember how we moved. Such and such was the chief back then, but he's retired now. Let me reach out to this guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a chain. Emails get sent. You know what I mean? Like you said, but it's a chain. And if they reach out and say, yeah, I got that document, leave the guy alone. He's just trying to travel. All right, cool. Now you get your passport back and you get told to have a nice day.
And don't forget, get their business card.
Get that business card.
Always get their business card, their badge number, get some kind of ID from them so that you can start contracting in a proper way. You get that business card, you have an advantage.
Yep.
Because you're going to go back through there. I mean, we're talking about places you frequent, paths you frequent, roads you frequent. They're going to know who you are, and they know I just gave him my business card, so okay. Didn't give him his card. He has my badge number. He's got my name, and you write that down in your book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so make sure that every encounter is an encounter that you can benefit from.
Absolutely, hell yeah. It's a business transaction, literally.
That's it. That's it.
It's business, nothing personal, just business.
Just business. And the more they learn, I would even say to any of you all that have platforms or you understand this process a lot more than I do, okay, like you, A6, maybe, take it to another level where you're like, hey, I'm inviting you guys. We're doing a live just for police officers. You're welcome to come. If you keep showing up at police stations, they're not going to want to see your face. I'm like, get out of here. We're tired of that. This guy, and then they pull you over. It's like, oh, it's A6. Bye. Bye. It's cold out here. I'm not pulling him over, man. Go on.
They might even see your car and say, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
they know your car at that point.
But it's showing you, wait, he's not the S citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're coming to us. Somebody was asking me that a buddy of mine witnessed an affidavit, and he says, well, you created an affidavit of sovereignty. They said that that's illegal, or they're terrorists. I said no. I said if you go to FBI website, I downloaded their little sign. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Because there's no such thing. The number one terrorist in America is cat dog. Yeah, cat dog. There's no such thing as cat dog.
Right.
And I said
free slave.
yeah, right. So I said, no, the FBI is going to get a notice.
Yeah.
I was like, because you know what? We may need their services one day.
Absolutely. I tell people that.
And so, let them know, hey, we're here. We know you think you know this and that, but just keep putting you on notice. Okay, we might have a mass, like rally or meeting, and we might want you stationed here. We'll call you when we need you. Mm-hmm. That's a different position.
Yep.
And the more your spirit is armed with these weapons to deal in the physical world,
mm-hmm.
they start to feel it. They're watching us now.
Absolutely.
Some of them are like, oh, wait, they're dangerous because they're peaceable. What's the most dangerous movement? A hate movement or a love movement? We've seen what happens to the hate movement. They finance them.
Yep.
Love movement, they will kill you.
Mm.
But a movement in commerce, they might make a deal.
Absolutely.
Okay. They might say, hey, you know what? As long as you don't try that Prince Michael Jackson stuff and try to take over, okay, we can make a deal. Okay. We can operate with you. We never know. But the one thing we can't do is operate with aggression.
Malice. They've already demonstrated their masters of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not like I said, I'm not knocking the video. I mean, that was great to see, but
another thing too, somebody brought up, bro, like different spirits have different energy. Like you might not be the type of dude that can be able to make like a deal and negotiate. You might be, somebody who's in the way he moved. You know what I mean? And it might work for you. But if you try to do something that's you not built for, you're gonna get steamrolled.
Right.
And nobody will remember your name. Like,
right.
I mean?
No,
that's just the way the game is.
That's true. But then this goes back to the Chinese police departments in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody covering that, right? Well, you let the nationals or the sovereigns put up police departments all over the place. It's like, yeah, we regulating our own. We regulating the nationals. Oh, it'll get attention.
It'll get attention. How doable would that be through I think it would be doable through contract, though, wouldn't it? I mean, not to say I have an idea to do so, but like,
absolutely
that would be
through contract.
The same way they did it, basically, contract.
No, it's the same thing. It's all like there's security companies. I've worked for those. Yeah. There's private police. Okay, so it's just a business. So you set it up, and you Secretary of State. This is what the business is. They give stamp. Boom. Or you do it through a 501. I mean a 508, whatever, and you make sure that the office you have. You have what's the property you own the land itself. What is it? The land patent. You get a land patent for the land. You buy the building. Nobody can say anything about that. You got badges. You're regulating your people.
Right.
So
who are contracted to be regulated.
Not really sure about that, but I know it's out there. I know you can create it. You can create it. You can create it in a way that even if they reject it, you still win.
Right.
You know, we're trying to help you guys out and regulating our own so that you don't have to deal with them.
That's interesting.
Okay, we're helping you. So it's kind of like we've created a problem and we create a solution. So I'm not saying do it like the Gates Foundation. I'm saying do it like, whoops, did I say something I shouldn't have said? Sorry about that, guys. But basically we've created a problem by trying to be free, or sorry, not trying, making steps to be free, and it's causing contention with some people. So we create a solution. We have our own police department or agency, not police department, agency, where we are free moral agents. And free moral agents in a group will become an agency. And that agency is called, we come out like Men in Black, you know, we're here for the detainee, and we have this fee schedule just in case you don't remember, you know, and our fee is in this schedule as well. So you're double paid.
Well, that's what the indigenous people, the tribes did. They basically have a trust set up and they have trust property allotted and they have their own police. It's the same thing. Hey, Sean, let me let him in. Yo, I got in the green room, my man Sean. I'm about to bring him in real quick. What's good, Sean?
Yo, what's good, A6?
What's up? What's up?
What's up, Sean?
Hey, how you doing, Victor?
All right.
All right, what's on your mind, bro?
Nothing, man. Just chilling, you know, getting the information from you guys. But I did have a little story I wanted to tell you guys. You know, I got my passport or whatever, but I did get pulled over the other day, you know, by an officer or whatever. And, you know, he got to the vehicle, you know, I got up there, let him come to me, and I let him know, like, I gave him the stuff, like you said, I'm a non-citizen national or whatever. And then I told him, you know, if you got any other questions, you know, call your supervisor. And he came back. He didn't even get my passport or nothing, man, and just let me go, man. It was like, so I'm guessing, you know, all the information y'all guys is preaching, man, is really working, man.
Good, man. Good. Like I said, man, that's good stuff, man. Glad to help, man. Just stay in honor, bro. You know what I mean? Stay in honor.
Yeah. I was real calm with him, man. I let him know, you know, I didn't give him a name, whatever, you know. I just let him know I'm a non-citizen national. And I was like, you got any questions or whatever, you know, call your supervisor. And he came back to the car. Like I said, I didn't even give him my passport, but I had it ready to go, you know, or whatever. But I couldn't even give it to him. And pulled right off, man. Went to the crib. But like I said, I posted recorded, but I wasn't, you know, thinking at the time. I just wanted to be clear.
You trying to do bunches. You try not to move too much. It's dark. You ain't trying to be reaching for nothing. You know, you forget to get the camera. I get it.
Yeah, that was mostly when they come to the car here, that's what they look for. You know, antsiness and you know, seeing how good you structure whatever. You know, I was calm and like I said, I just gave my information or whatever and. That's without the passport. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, if you got any other information, call your supervisor.
Good stuff, man.
Glad to hear you move like that. Yeah.
That's what I like to hear, man. You left in one piece. You weren't harassed. He was good. You know what I mean? It was a mutually beneficial transaction. And you got to see it from both angles. Like, yo, we see how these mofos move. You know, in certain cases, you can't never tell by looking at them who's who. You know what I mean? You just know the stories. And then these people, they don't know you. Like, yo, they don't know who you are. Like, you could have the same thing they got. You might be in a situation where you just can't stand police at all. You know what I mean? They don't know that. So, you know what I mean? Both parties acting in honor always yields a good result. I'm glad that worked out for you, man. That's what I think.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, man. And our cops down here, they real foul. You get what I'm saying? So for him to respond that way and like I said, it's definitely a blessing, man. And I'm gonna keep at it, man.
Good stuff, man. Did you follow all the notices?
Yeah, I got my fee schedule and stuff, like you guys said. I did all that stuff on my own, man. Just, you know, looked up the information, got it filed, and I actually got all my stuff laminated, so you know it doesn't go
I need to do that. That's next. Next. Yeah, the laminated joint. Because they get weathered when you carry them all the time.
Yeah, I kind of try to keep the, you know, the basics, you know, like I said, because if I did have to tell him, what I did tell him I was traveling, though, I used them words. I said I was traveling. I'm using my right to travel. You get what I'm saying? And like I say, man, he came back to the car, not even 5 minutes. It was like, go ahead about your day, man.
All right, that's what's up, man. Make sure you look into the address thing too, bro. The general delivery. Did you get on that?
Yep. That's what I'm gonna do next, like you said, with the general delivery, man.
Good stuff, man. I like to hear that. Yeah. And we got a bunch of messages we're missing. Hold on, let me go back here. Cool. I'm in Iowa. They have absolutely no clue on my particular location. Just trying to get all my ducks in the line to get my status corrected. GFD, is that right? What is that? GFD, is that right? I wish to utilize my benefit. I guess that's been general delivery. I guess that's what he's trying to say. Got my DS11 S5 WAB in. I'm going to do my COLB. I'm still a little green, but I'm absorbing as much as I can. Take your time, man. Don't rush anything, bro, because ain't nothing like doing it wrong the first time. Now you got to go back and do 2 steps because you did the first step.
That's why I say I studied you guys for about 8 months, man, before I went and did anything. You know, like I said, like you say, look up the information on your own, you know, and see what it's about.
Yep.
And it'll speak for itself, basically.
Good. Who ain't gonna be nervous when you pulled over by these guys that signed a contract that says the foreign agent is legally allowed to lie to get what they want? You gotta be a master of your domain, bro. It's a mind fuck. Let's be honest. It's a mind fuck. You gotta really be in control of your energy. I would say, I tell you guys some practice in martial arts. Breathing is everything. If you on a mat, like when I'm on a mat and I'm rolling with a brown or a black belt, I know I'm gonna get my ass whipped. But my key is to maintain my breathing and try to survive as long as I can. You see what I'm saying? Like when you out there moving around, you got to make sure your breath control is good. This is why I tell y'all, this is part of staying in honor, like taking care of your body, eating the right foods, getting the exercise. This is taking care of your temple. It says it in the Bible, basically. Your body is your temple. You need to treat it as such. So taking care of your body is staying in honor. You know, if you're heavy, you need to lose weight. If you smoke, you need to drop that. If you drink, you need to cut it. You know, all that, minimize it, whatever. But this is part of taking care of yourself. And all of this affects it's all connected. So when you do all of these things and you move in the right manner, man, a lot of these things are going to work out in your favor. You maintain your breathing. You keep a clear head. You don't think negative. You don't think, oh, I'm about to die. If you think that, guess what? You know what I mean? You'd be surprised how powerful your mind is, man. All this stuff is important.
Same way with the approach. Like I said, I was calm, cool, and collective. And you know, it's really on how you structured and you know how you keeping yourself, you know.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, let me add to that.
Sure.
You talk about the breathing.
Yep.
Went to court one day, and it was interesting. I was studying not the law of attraction, law of vibration. This was years ago, and I was practicing belly breathing, and had to go into court. Well, didn't have to go into court at the time. I just didn't know any better. Mm-hmm. But I did the belly breathing. Things didn't go the normal way. Mm-hmm. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't stuttering. I was speaking clear, collective. It was some petty stuff, but the fact that there wasn't this condescending talk down from the magistrate and all these other things, and I walked in and out of there. I said, was that the belly breathing, or did I set up a different vibration with everything?
Yes,
definitely.
Definitely. And as the years went on, I continued this, and my life changed. Just from the belly breathing alone, or something will happen. My first response would be, damn it, I've got to.
Yeah.
And then just start to get calm and deal with it. Like we said, they can sense the energy. They don't have to be spiritual. They don't have to be the smartest cookie on the block. Okay. They're instinctive. And you can resonate, you radiate that energy. It changes everything.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. Your calm response, your martial arts, everything, how you carry yourself, your body, your mind, it's all one. This information. How did you feel when you first realized this was a game? How did you feel when you saw that this is all commerce?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, there's only how many crimes are there? 4, 5? That's it? All the rest of this is BS? First you get mad, then you're like, wait a minute, this is a game? You know, you
It's all
start counting
business.
stuff, reading stuff differently. Okay, that revelation. So this is with everything that we do. All of y'all, just I remember when I it's not a woke up. I'm waking up at different levels. You know, this is not the Matrix in the sense where I got unplugged and I see everything. No, there's thousands of plugs in all of us, and we're pulling one out at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the breathing. If y'all, you can apply that. You have to send anything for it. You ain't gotta order anything for it. You gotta wait for it. Learn to belly breathe. All of you learn to belly breathe. That if you don't, do so.
There's YouTube videos out there for everything. People look up YouTube for everything under the sun. You can literally learn all of this breathing techniques, ancient, type of focus rituals, meditation. It's all out there, bro. We literally live in the age of information. Ignorance is optional.
Right, exactly.
You feel me? So, it's out there, Deep breaths.
I think it's all willing on how far you want to take it, so.
Absolutely. Said dude straight up said they were gonna have he stood his ground to the max. And listen, you know what's interesting? Dude was relatively calm in that transaction. He was very stern and he was very calm. If he was like, we're gonna, it's gonna be a big ass, if he was yelling and screaming and making sporadic movements, do you think that would have went the same way? Hell no.
Nope.
Because now they're afraid. Now you've raised the ante. You've generated that chaotic energy, and they're gonna react to that. They're trained to react to chaotic energy.
Right.
So he was stern, and yes, what he said was crazy, but it was perfectly in tune with what he was saying. And that level
to transfer the energies.
Yeah, that level of balance between what he was saying and what his energy level was.
Exactly. Yeah.
They knew he meant business, so it was like, all right, whatever. So that's all part of the game. It's all that stuff's intertwined, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, TYP. Thank you for tuning in. I haven't seen you here in a while. Yes, sir. No disrespect. I was not at the phone for a second. I thought bro man from the 5th floor was talking. Bro man from the 5th floor. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, Grind, I'm fam. I was wondering if I had a driver's license in 2 states, do I have to close ID in both states? You need to. It depends on what you need it for. If you use your driver's license to feed your family, or that's how you put money on the table, it is okay to contract if you contract properly. Reserve your rights. Like people are like, I don't want to contract at all, which is you don't have to. You don't have to contract with anybody. See what I'm saying? But it is okay if you want to contract. You need to preserve your rights, and just know that it is going to be a fight if you have a driver's license and you tell them you're traveling. They're going to try to pull your card. You know what I mean? Because they don't know. A lot of them don't know the difference. So you might still be in a situation where you got to go to where you got to go to.
You're actually right though.
Verbal war.
After I got my passport or whatever, I went up to the Secretary of State and like I say, I want to cancel my stuff, and they kind of look shocked. Even the girl that was taking me, she had to go back to her people. Was like, I never heard of this. And I swear that's what got me to study it more though, real stuff, man. When she said that, I was like, yep, it's something to it, man.
Yeah. Yep. And another thing, the police department, like we've said before, they're human. They're not the department, but the people, the officers are human. Mm-hmm. And I've talked to a few cops, and it's interesting. A lot of our struggles they have too. Yeah. And I know this one officer, I'll leave nameless, but he's of Italian descent, and he married a woman of African descent, and she took his kids, and he's on child support, and he's got to work at the grocery store and other places along with his job to pay child support. And he's like, this sucks. Other officers, have gone through this. Some cops have taken their lives because of child support. So it would be interesting if there was a, how could I put it? An understanding reached between a number of officers and those of us who possess this knowledge that might be able to help them.
Yeah.
And instead of a blue wall formed, a purple wall is formed. The blue with the red, where you got officers who are loyal to the country, the true land, the true America, and those on it. I'm just saying.
I agree with that.
Interesting.
I agree with that 1,000%, dude. I'm just curious to know, how willing they would be to have something like that, because that would have to come up from the chain of command. And do they really want these dudes knowing all this stuff?
I don't know if
that would that affect the commerce?
I don't think so. We're a growing minority, and all they would be doing is the law. They would just be doing the law. I mean, there's nothing that would take away from the operations of commerce in any way, shape, or form. Okay, imagine this guy, Officer Dan Lee, just got his paperwork from Bad Wolf, and he handled his child support situation, or he handled his whatever issue. I'm a cop. I arrest. I give tickets, but I don't know how to undo this when I'm the one on the other side. Other than say, hey, I'm a cop. No, doesn't always work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets his situation handled, and then A6 is driving through, and he's like, okay. That day, your fate was blessed because he saw and recognized a fellow national. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with him. And his buddy's like, hey, don't you say he's good. He's good.
Yep.
So you see what I'm saying? It's just a matter of, you know what? I know who you are. Move along. You're good. Okay. Or yeah, we got a problem. And then he gets called. He's one of 6 patrol cars called. Maybe he pulls up. He's like, hey guys, hey, hold on. I know what's going on here. Can I talk to him? Yeah. Let him through. He won't get out of his car. Hey, listen. Hey, bro. I'm familiar with. I know who and what you are. So let me talk to these guys. Just calm down. And you're like, okay, cool. Here's my business card. And you're like, So it's nothing illegal about it. It's nothing. It's in fact, it is uber lawful.
Mm-hmm. There's the definition of law.
Right.
Exercising your rights.
Yeah. So I don't think that. All I think is that it's a benefit across the board. The only ones that don't benefit are the undercover white supremacists and the undercover dirty drug dealing cops. So those are the only ones who don't benefit from it. And guess what? I'm glad it wouldn't.
Yeah.
So that I think is a little bug I'm gonna put out there in the ears of the digital realm, and again, they have problems too that our knowledge can help. And then we help them, they help us. The biggest help they give us is leave us alone.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
you kind of right though. Like that, a lot of times with stops, like you say, they be dealing with problems, and we dealing with problems too. So when that collide, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's like we're fired. You get what I'm saying? So the outcomes be different. So
yeah,
I definitely agree with you.
I will. One more story, real quick. A cop pulled me over, and I could feel something was not right. And it was a year later before I realized. I was like, oh, that was an Obi-Wan Kenobi moment. And I could feel something wasn't right. And he's going through this and that, and he's not making eye contact. And my window was all the way down. And I said, officer, are you all right? And he's like, what do you mean? I said, are you okay? I'm feeling, can I help you? I don't know what I could do, but something's not right. You want to talk? And he looked at me like I can't even describe the look on his face. And he was like, it's just a lot. That's all. Wait right here. Went back, came back. All right. Just take care. It's just routine stop. So I was like, are you sure? You want my number? He's like, no. See, he said, indicating that my offer gave him pause. Mm-hmm. He wanted something. Mm-hmm. But he said, just go on. So I don't know what could have been bothering him, but he should not have been at work at that day. But I realized, I said I was picking up on something and he needed help.
Yeah.
And to extend myself as a fellow sentient being was something he was not used to.
Yeah.
You know, I was supposed to be scared and, oh man, I ain't got my shit. Blah, 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 blah.
Defensive or aggressive, like, get out of my face, you piece of
I
shit.
say the communication, the responses is different because you get what I'm saying? Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with you, man.
Yeah.
100%. That's what I like I said, man, all things are related with this stuff, man. It's not one, you're not just gonna pick up a bunch of paperwork, you know, and learn a bunch of laws and just, you know, be a robot with it. Nah, it ain't gonna
Right.
work like that. You know, if you out there doing whatever the hell you want to do and you ain't basically having no restraint on anything else, why would they? That's the kind of energy you attract.
Communication, having the communication, it allows us all to move better, though, for real.
Exactly.
1,000%. Yeah, man. I even think of some of these foods, man, with like parasites and stuff in them. Like you eat too much of the wrong kind of foods, dude. It gets inside your brain and affects your aura. It gets in your bloodstream and affects your aura. Puts you on a lower frequency.
And that stuff.
Put you on that lower frequency. Like, yo, you out there eating. I don't mess with pork at all. I used to back in the day, but you know, I gave pork up a while ago, and I've noticed I haven't had any really serious problems. Not even just illnesses. Like, yo, you might have a serious issue. You might get in a damn 12-car pileup accident or something. You see what I'm saying? This was in the tablets of Thoth, man. He was basically saying if there's a certain way you move through life, you'll never have to deal with anything like that. Like you ain't gonna have to deal with some police officer just getting trigger happy. You know what I mean? You're not gonna have to deal with somebody just running up to you and cracking your head with a pipe for no reason. You're not gonna have to deal with that type of stuff if there's a certain way you move. It's This is a holographic world. Everything in here, I still stand by my theory, bro. This very much could be a simulation. All right. And whatever program you're running on is the program that you're running on, and things that are running on that same program are going to come to you. You know what I mean? So with that particular mindset, you know, with this holographic universe or whatever we're in, you basically project what you're looking for. So however you moving, however you living in the private, that's going to come out in the public as well.
Mm-hmm. If you study Neville Goddard, or let me think of some others.
I heard that name before.
Let's just stick with Neville Goddard, and he indicates to people, you know, if you listen to his lectures, at first you'll think, oh, he's just, you know, a Christian, but he makes it clear. He's like, God is your imagination. That's how he says it. God is your imagination, and the manifestation of your reality is yours, basically. You visualize, you have a dialogue with an imaginary police officer that goes well. And you do it on a daily basis, especially if you travel. And you say, you know, hello, officer. You're sitting, I mean, you're just in your car in the driveway. Hello, officer, how you doing? Yeah. Okay, have a nice day. And you visualize this. You get this good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is you probably don't encounter them.
Yep.
If you do, it goes well. If you get a sourpuss, you have an opportunity to say, is there something I could do for you? You know, you continue to feed the universe what you want. You give the universe what you want, it gives it back to you. It bounces back. And
even if you're being responded with negative, you know, you just stay positive.
Exactly.
Yep.
Be in honor. Yes. And that's just how we roll. The universe will respond. It doesn't matter what the initial engagement is. Okay. I have nerd moments, and I tell my wife, I just say, look, I said Star Wars, and she says, oh, here we go. And I said, Return of the Jedi, when Luke walks in there to Jabba and he's calm and everything else, and he says, look, you give me my friends and we'll walk out of here. You know, Luke says, I'm willing to contract with you. Give me my friends and I give you your life. If you don't give me my friends, you'll be dead by the end of, you know, in 24 hours. Jabba's laughing. He's like, I got all the weapons. I got the hunters. I got the warriors. You're one person. I got your friends chained up. You have nothing. And it's fine. And Luke said what happened. That scene, what happened? Jabba was dead. Everybody dead. His friends are free. Luke gets away with it. And that's it. But it was antagonistic before that.
Mm-hmm.
Luke lost his lightsaber. He almost got eaten by that monster in the pit. You know, he got locked up, you know, and now they're getting ready to feed him to another monster in another pit. And Luke is like, don't worry about it. I got it. And his friends are like, what? You got it? We're chained up. We're about to die. What you got? Luke's like, it's cool. It's fine.
Yep,
Now, I
said,
yeah. I said, that's that. First of all, he had everything planned out. It wasn't just being a Jedi having mind powers. He had everything. I gave R2 my lightsaber last week when I sent y'all here. He got captured. He got the lightsaber inside of him. I'm good. We're going to get out of this.
Formulating a plan.
Made a plan. I said, that's the way we have to roll. I said, you watch these movies, forget the monsters and the spaceships. Look at the exchange that's going on. They're telling you how to operate. Be calm. Have a plan. Even if the plan sucks, be calm. Improvise along the way.
Yeah. Right.
And that's it. You can win a war with a rock and a turd if you have nothing else. Okay. The Daniel and the Lion's Den. People like to talk about the Bible all the time because that's what they know. Okay, fine. You in a lion's den. I've done belly breathing, facing down a neighborhood vicious dog.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend said, how did you do that? I said, I don't know. I just told the dog, Assalamu alaikum. I was fasting for like a week. So the dog came out, and I was just like, I was in bliss. So his barking didn't bother me. I said, Assalamu alaikum. He sat down and started wagging his tail. And he's like, man, he chased everybody on the street. They tried to get him. I said, don't worry about it. Let's continue walking.
That's a fire.
So testimony here to what you can achieve with belly breathing, with being calm, but your biology changes, your neurology changes, your spirit changes. Okay. So I didn't have a lightsaber. I wasn't flipping around and lifting rocks in the air, but still I was able to calm a wild beast and everything around me was different. Mm-hmm. So all I say is everybody out there who have not tried it, do it. Don't try it. Do it. Make it a part of your life. And that's just the facts.
Yes, indeed. Let me get some of these comments. That's good stuff, man. Great stuff. We behind on the comments. I gotta get busy. 86. I was taken into an ambulance about a month ago. Now I got a private letter from another state trying to bill me with a bogus charge after my insurance paid for everything. Oh man, that's too easy. Honestly, they gotta verify that contract first off. That's the first thing. They gotta verify the contract. You need a copy of the contract from that specific company and you. Not the other company that they bought the debt from.
With a wet signature too.
Right.
Even so, you still need to see. You need to see that, and you still need to see the basically the right that they have the contract. How'd they get your information? Because if you didn't contract with them, that's actually you can actually sue the shit out of them for that.
Yeah.
That's I think you can get like 1,000 out of them or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's your credit and personal information is protected. They didn't buy the debt; they bought the right to claim the debt, pretty much. Which is fraud if they don't have a contract from you agreeing to that. On the general delivery, when I asked for your previous address, what did you put? Well, you can put rural free delivery. You can put the previous mailing address. Different ways you can move on that. It's not so much important what you put before, it's what you were basically putting afterwards. So, for instance, what I would say, if you're going to get the 1527 form, the little pink rectangular form, you could have them make a copy of that. Because that's what I did. When I went to get my 1527, I went ahead and signed it the right way, and I put everything on it, but I had to make a copy of it. That way, when you go to other places to change your address to general delivery, you have proof of that. They might ask you, yeah, we need proof of address. Okay, cool. How about this form from the post office basically saying that this is my address now? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, boom. That's what worked for me. And here's what you'll find. When you know how to use these documents, these other government entities, they respect those other documents from the government. You know what I mean? You come up with something. Affidavits, they lock a lot too. People don't even know about that. You got to notarize affidavit. People know how powerful that is. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the keys to that. Yeah, straight up pirates. They can be, but not necessarily. I may be a little rusty, but isn't the rising and sun the same? I'm the curious. Oh yeah, I have no idea. How often do you autograph the title Lord? You just autographing. I like the last autograph joint, but I do it the other way. What you're talking about is a secure party process joint. I do remember reading that, but I do it backwards now. I'll do the family name and then do the given name. But you can do it that way too. That's either one of them is fine, as long as you're not writing all capital letters. Yep, I surrendered my license, and chick, he was like, "You can't. You need it." And that's what they try to do. I mean, that's what they try to do. I thought the FBI is not constitutional. I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole tonight. We already 2 hours in. We had to do that another time.
Yeah, not tonight. Not tonight.
That's a whole lot. 86. I caught the vid you and James did the other day. Y'all were talking about the child support code 42 to 666, and gematria 42 equals NGER, and what? And who are the people mostly known for CS? Oh yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. I'll check out some of that assumption of law. Bad Wolf got a bid on assumptions of law. Yeah, check out the Bad Wolf channel, man. A lot of these questions y'all have, the Bad Wolf has on his channel. He's got a lot of these questions on there. Yes, indeed. Black listen, law of assumption changed my life. It comes all down to our thoughts, and what we assume about people, place, and things, and ourselves. Yo, if this isn't the most fire comment, this joint right here, your mind is so powerful. People don't even they go around not knowing. You literally have people walking around with calcified pineal glands that don't even realize how powerful their minds are. Right. Even when it's calcified, your mind is still literally controlling the area and the reality that you live in, you know. But yeah, it's 1,000% facts.
Yeah, because I changed my nationality and race. I don't even consider myself black.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Very good.
Yeah. Black is civilly mortuus in the eyes of the law. Yeah, you're literally
very good.
In the eyes of the law.
Very
fire.
I don't know what that is. I don't know it. I ain't nothing attached to no black.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Facts. You know what I mean? Our physical world is a projection of our thoughts. We must control how we think. This comes into play with law of assumption, and everything we assume, they are the trustee here to please us, which is true. That's the facts. The fact that you can literally go in your post office and ask, if you ain't got nothing to do one time and you got time, go down to your post office and ask to speak to the postmaster and ask him a question. It takes little less than a minute. A quick question: are you a trustee? And they'll tell you, yes, I am the trustee and administrator. It's gonna blow you away. Yo, snap. You can't be a trustee if there's no trust in place.
That too, and they can pick up on the words that you use too, though. So a lot of times when I speak to them, like I use their terms. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So they definitely understand them terms. They know what we talking about. You just like you say, you really have to enforce it though. If you everything that you want, you have to enforce it because they're not going to enforce it for you.
Yeah. And then when you start talking like that, you inform them basically.
Yeah,
you're of a higher knowledge.
You speak like that, they know that you know something, so they don't even want to deal with you.
Yep.
Right.
They kind of
in a negative way.
Let you be at bay.
Yep. Like I literally go in the post office and I tell them it's like 4 ladies back there. They know who I am because I'm always in there. You know what I mean? I'm even doing registered mail, certified mail. I'm picking up mail. I'm doing all kinds of
this with doing this stuff. You're gonna be there all day, every day.
Oh yeah, you know how it is though. But I go in there. I literally go in like, how's my favorite trustees doing? They be like, hey, how you doing? You know, it's all love. It's cool. But you know, they already know what time I'm on, man. I already established myself as the beneficiary, so it is what it is.
But you getting that communication though too. A lot of times when we go in there, we just do our stuff and we go out without even speaking, you know.
Right.
So you communicating and lifting themselves up, you know, they feel better servicing you now.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I learned though too. A lot of these governments are for services. So if I don't need the service, I don't need to contract with them.
Right.
You know what? And this goes a long way, man. Let me drop this on y'all real fast. I talked about this the last time I went to the DMV to correct the general delivery address and to correct the nationality or status. If you get a trustee, and the thing about it is, don't be one of them people. Put this out there in the universe. Don't be one of those people who always have something to say when something bad happens. If you get a trustee that doesn't know but is willing to listen and try to figure out to help you, it is your duty as a beneficiary and a national, because you must stay in honor. It is your duty to create a letter and send it to their superiors telling them how good of a job they did. We can't just always be putting claims on trustees' bonds and you know what I mean, trying to sue them. You gotta reciprocate. So just don't be the guy that's always doing something, when it's wrong. If they doing something right, let somebody know. These people got jobs, man. They could use raises. They might be eligible for a promotion. And look, check this out. This is gonna blow you away. If they do their job and you give them a positive affirmation to their superiors, guess who's gonna be in charge? The people that are helping you and are willing to listen to the national.
Yeah.
Now you got somebody who's in charge that's gonna do the damn job, as opposed to this mofo who don't give a damn about nothing. He just know how to kiss the boss ass, but don't give a. This is what is, and this is what I'm saying.
Level right there.
There we go. We got it. If we don't like the government that's in place, we have to arrange change for it, and this is one small step to do so.
Highlight the ones we like.
There you go.
Yeah. No, we've got connections here on your channel. And that resonance is being shared through the cell phone, through space, through our images. And then when we shut off tonight, when we go out into the world, we will make contact with other people. And we remember this, it's going to set up a resonance with everyone we make contact with. I don't like to use the word quantum. As a scientist, I see it differently than everybody else. The quantum quantum is simply small, the smallest mathematical measurement. Okay. But there will be a field of resonance out here in the universe. The holographic universe, as you might call it, A6, this program that we're running, we access cheat codes basically by sticking together with this information. And yes, you are absolutely right. Letting them know that they did a good job. Even if, as a king, you hear a lot of people say, I'm a king or I'm a queen, then act like one. Royalty would acknowledge your service was stupendous today. I'm going to write to your superiors about the service that you provided for my family through me. And so they get a postcard saying, from in my case, the House of Von Doom is pleased with the service of Julian Moore, who helped him today and and got this situation, done. And we're sending her a turkey, or just this postcard. Like we are astounded with her. They're gonna look at them like, what the hell? Really?
Yep.
A family, not just an individual, his family.
There you go. That's simple.
And that's going to travel. Don't think it's not going to get around.
Oh, hell yeah, definitely.
Word is going to get around. These people, I don't know who they are, but yeah, take note. And then like you, always going in, hello, my favorite trustee. Hey,
There you go, man. Yeah. And you never know. You might need a favor one day. You might be in a situation where, maybe you having a rough day. Maybe because we all people, we all humans, all right? We all make mistakes. Maybe you having a bad day and you might snap. You might say, that's not what I asked you for. You know what I mean? And just be a jerk. And then she might, hold on, what is your problem? And then you might have Diane come over there who dealt with you 2 weeks ago. He's a good guy. He must just be having a bad day.
Right, yeah.
Why don't you go over there and see Diane? All right, Diane, what's going on with you today, Six? You good? Look, I'm sorry. I just had this, that, and the third. Look, okay, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure everything's good. Or you might be in a situation where you might mess up something.
Right,
you might mess up your paperwork.
Correct you.
And she might say, look, I saw you make an error on this paperwork. If they see this, they're going to flip out. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the paperwork back and you can refill stuff like that. That energy, man. And like I said, the word gets out.
Go back to the communication thing. Like you say, it's on another level now.
Yep. That's it. That's it. Hey, listen, man, we out here to make the world a better place, right? We out here to leave the world in a better place than it was when we found it. Feel me? So spreading that energy of vibration is definitely going to do it. Now, if somebody's wrong, the hammer swings both ways. But if somebody's doing what they need to do, that's what it is. Let these trustees know they on point, man.
So if there's any police officers watching, reach out to A6, reach out to Bad Wolf. If you need something, don't sit there and be sneaky like you doing something. You ain't telling the FBI anything they can't go down their law libraries and look up.
Yep.
Okay, so no, this is nothing clandestine. Reach out to them, learn something, or if you need help, I know you need help. You wouldn't become a police officer if you didn't, need something. So that's all I'm saying to anybody out there that's a cop. Don't sit there. Reach out, say, hey, I'm curious, or yeah, I need some help.
Agreed. I'm so glad that I found Wolf and A6 and the great network of people, beautiful things that come to platforms. Yes, sir. That's what we're here for. Not trying to grandstand on anyone, but less we eat the flesh of others, the more in tune we will be on ourselves. Yeah, yeah. That's true. I actually did a no meat fast last month. Oh, it was rough.
Yeah.
The no meat fast was rough, but I did notice I was more sensitive to things that were happening around me, and I would say like other dimensions. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know how
Yeah.
all right, so you know how like you might be looking in one direction, you might see something move out of the corner of your eye.
Yep.
That was happening a lot. And I was like, that's very interesting. Now that I cut the meat out, and I was doing like mushrooms and not the mushrooms, the funny mushrooms, but literally I was eating mushrooms replaced for meat, and then I would do like veggies, fruits. You know what I mean? Fruits for breakfast, lots of water, heavy water intake. And I like to play around with the diet to see what the results are. One thing I didn't like though, I didn't have as much protein as I could have had. The mushrooms were a solid, like they were okay for protein, but it's not nothing like, you know what I mean, the chicken or the beef or whatever like that.
Right.
But I did notice I was more in tune of what was happening. You know what I'm saying? I've even gotten to the point where like I can pretty much predict what somebody was gonna say or what they were gonna say before they said it to me, like 2 words before.
Right.
Like I might ask them a question and I might think she's gonna say they came here and she'll say, well, they came here and I'm like, oh, got it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that was something I noticed. Of course, I'm still doing the monatomic gold. That's fire. Still doing the astragalus. Still doing a multivitamin. You know, all those things basically.
Right.
And yeah, it's been working pretty good. So
That's good. That's good. Yeah. No pork. I don't do pork.
Yeah.
But I love my steak. I love my beef, but I don't eat it fully cooked, and I don't do that so that I can still have the cellular tissue, even though it's denaturing. I like to resonate with the organisms that I ingest, and so and it doesn't stay in my system like years ago when I would, you raised in America, he's like, you fully cook it, and
let me interject real quick. Sorry,
yeah.
Give me 1 second. If you are cooking a steak to well done, don't even eat it.
You're right.
Don't even eat it. You didn't kill all the nutrients.
Yeah, you killed it. Yeah.
It's not even delicious anymore. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I yield. Go ahead, dude.
No. And when I got off my vegan lifestyle, which is 7 years being a vegan, I could not eat beef fully cooked anymore. And so it didn't sit in my system. I didn't deal with all that gross, waste afterward. And I was much better for it. But when you do a total cleanse or a non-meat fast, I do it for spiritual purposes, ritual, whatever I need to do. But it comes and goes. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Not every culture or person, in my experience, can do a solid vegan lifestyle or vegetarian lifestyle. But I remember how beautiful it was when I was vegan, but my body started to betray me. Now, maybe I wasn't doing it properly at the time, but I am where I am. And you start seeing things and your sight starts to open up and you're hearing things. And, so we can talk about that another day because
that's
just
like the constitutional FBI thing. Like, we're not going. That's too much, yo. What form do I use to change my race? Look up the SF 181 form. I think that's what is it. The SF 181, Doom?
Hey.
I think it was. I think it was the SF.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one I use.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're taking your paperwork to the now I've actually had a guy go to the he's a Hebrew Israelite, so he goes into the DMV, and this is back when he first started. So he goes in and says, "Yeah, I'd like to change the race on my driver's license." And this is, an older American Indian lady, and she's like, "What do you mean?" And he says, "Yeah, I need to change my race." He's like, "Okay, well, what do you want to change it to?" So he hands her the SF 181 form. He has white checked off. He checked off white on the form, and we know what white means. You know what I
Right.
mean? We know it's not necessarily a skin color thing, but
Right. Yeah.
think of how that looked to her. Like she was like,
Yeah.
and he was
Nah, she not understanding what's going on.
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah, just read right here." She said, I'm not reading nothing. I'm not changing that on your driver's license."
Wow. Okay.
Technically, that's actually discrimination because
Yep.
you can't tell individual he or she cannot.
They can't
change.
interfere in commerce. They only can regulate it.
Right.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that was she was wrong all the way. If he wanted to take it there, he could have took it there. He ain't know nothing back then, though. But shout out to him. Gaining the knowledge, applying it, spreading it to the unaware, is where it's at for self-governing and on the spiritual side. Yes, indeed. You already got it. Only to those who are asking, though. Like if you can't force nothing on nobody. You know what I mean?
No.
People have the right to free will. If people want to be ignorant, that's fine. They can do that. It's free will. You can't force nobody to learn. You know, you remember when that whole C19 thing was happening, and we were telling people don't take the JAB. Told them don't take that. People was like, I'm gonna take it. Fuck you. I want to travel. I want to go to grocery stores. I want to do this. I want to do that. I mean, people have the right to determine, how they want to move. You don't have the right to dictate. Even your family, they still got the right to know. Yes, you might care about their well-being, but what can you do? You can only present the facts, and you can try to lead them to the right place, but you can't force nobody to do nothing. Which is why they never really forced us to do the joint. See, they can only try to coerce you.
Yeah.
They never force it. Ain't nobody kicking in your door to make you take anything. So,
right.
And they know better than that. I haven't filled out anything. I'm digging and researching, doing the work. Definitely not rushing the process. That's what's up. That's what's up. A large enough movement can impact the state funds. Negative right to travel, no registration, no driver's license to the state. I don't know, because a lot of these people that are running out here. I'm in Maryland, and let me tell you something. It's some of the worst, and I'm gonna call them drivers. Some of the worst drivers.
Man.
You see, some of these people just need to be in commerce.
It's everywhere, man. I don't think it's everywhere, man. They crazy up here too. They'll run you off the road.
Where you at?
I'm in Muskegon, Michigan.
Michigan, okay.
Yeah, I'm
so
about
y'all
2
got some
hours
crazy
away from Detroit.
Word. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, dude. Let me tell you something, bro. I don't know if they on their cell phones. I don't know what it is. You know what a real common practice is now. If I'm on the road, right, and I'm paying attention to the road. I'm not on my phone. If I got a phone, it's in the dash with a holder. I'm not holding it. And any of you nationals watching, if y'all got phones, y'all need to have a holder. Please don't be out there on your phone with one hand on the wheel. I'm traveling. Nah, bro, you tripping. What you doing?
Right.
Put your joint on the holder and the windshield, so you ain't got to reach for it. You keep your eyes on the road. Listen to your music. Keep your eyes on the road. Because I'll literally get off on the exit, right? Plenty of time. And I'll see some asshole, it never fails, some asshole slam on brakes to try to get back on the highway because they weren't paying attention. And meanwhile, you got 7 people slamming on brakes trying to swerve. Dude, I didn't almost got ran off the road like 3 times like that.
Man.
I'm like, yo, so you didn't see this road that's been here since 1941. This road came out of nowhere and you didn't see it. And that was my problem. You weren't paying attention. What is your issue? Like, I don't know, man. That's a brand over. But
Yeah, get wicked out here, man.
Yes, sir.
You gotta drive for you and them.
I travel for me and them.
I mean, yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm messing with you.
Travel, travel for you and them.
Yogis are great to look up for the breathing techniques. Yes, indeed. 11-11 on this comment. Speak your truth, stand in truth. What a perfect matchup. That's what we talking about. 11-11. Speak your truth, stand in your truth. Fire. Another one.
Kind of with this status, man. You gotta walk it in, you gotta talk it, baby. So it's
Yeah, he was very composed and taught them some stuff. Watch the video on how to get on the do not taint list of explaining the race thing. Yeah. What's your opinion on the Moorish American travel document? I actually inquired about getting one of those a while back. I just never followed through, but I've heard they work. I mean, I've heard people go from to different countries with the Mat D and have success. I can't say anything bad about it. Truck drivers see it all. Yes, let me tell you something. Yes, I've talked to truck drivers. Truck drivers see people doing all kinds of stuff on the highway, titties, all kinds of stuff, good and bad stuff. Victor Von Doom, are you a Mason? If you don't want to answer, I can go to the next question.
I'm a traveling man. Let's just put it like that.
Yep. Part of the pack. Okay. Is that what is that? Is that a rat?
That's a wolf.
A wolf head.
Is that what that is? Damn.
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay. I was say, what the hell is that thing? All right, that's what's up. We all caught up. But yeah, man, absolutely. So we're gonna make our rounds here. Any other questions? We can start to bring this thing to a close. I gotta head to bed to get some rest to work tomorrow. But man, we had some great info as usual. Victor Von Doom on here with some heat. My man Sean on here. Thank you for tuning in.
A6, I sent you a link in your email.
Okay.
Video with
Oh yeah. I responded to this video. I don't think they ain't gonna let me cover this on YouTube. They pull the video.
No. I just thought
they'll pull the video.
I thought you would find it interesting. I think you should check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out definitely. Yeah, I sent you a message back on it, but yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Absolutely.
All right.
Good looking out on that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, man, hey, what can I say, man? This is a great show. Great people on here too. That's what's up, and I ain't mad at that. And I don't judge nobody. I've had nothing but positive experiences, with the people who are down with the movement. So I got nothing negative to say at all about any of that. I don't speak in ignorance. I only speak off of my experiences with that. Now, it is what it is. So with that said, man, I'm gonna hand you the floor, Sean.
All right, man. I just want to thank you guys for bringing this information to us, man. It was a well good show, man. And I just want to say thank y'all again, man, because I don't know where I'd be without y'all, man.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. Doom, it's on you, man.
I just want to let everybody know that the energy and love that I feel here, and when I say love, I mean it in a rather hermetic way. If you don't understand that, we can talk about that later, or you can look it up. But it harkens to connection, unification. I think we need to do more research, more homework from a different point of view, from the point of view of whether you got your paperwork filed or not. You are a national. You are a god. You are a sentient, living, breathing spirit. And your sovereignty is not in question. You need to tell yourself that. Realize that. Know that any of these people out here, these talking heads, or any of these people who are like, I think you all should eat bugs, and I think that we should, just stop using gas. These MFs, you catch him in an alley, you'll realize, wait a minute, I am powerful because you realize what you are, all of you, all of us. Then you go back to researching. These are just tools, weapons, okay? These are solutions that we can apply, okay, for our freedom. Sean, spread the knowledge, okay? It helped you, this is a witnessing, when you testify to what you went through, what you experienced, that moves people. That's like, man, I want to be like him, and it's like, well, this wasn't about necessarily being like me. It was me learning to be like me. You need to be like me.
I learned from all y'all, man, to be honest. So I take something from every last one of you guys, man, and I incorporate it to what I got going on already. So
and your story helps the rest of us who haven't encountered that yet. I mean, I've encountered some of it, but I haven't encountered it with this status just yet. So thank you so much for your testimony.
Yeah, thank you too, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. It's gonna be hard for me to come after that, but I'm gonna just.
It's all about just moving in honor, man, and like you say, stay positive, man, and you will get through it, man.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Man, it is of course 8-6 the Foreign National Born Natural. This was a great show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, by the way, man, like my man said, Joe, we need to grow the family. Share the videos. If you, because I know a lot of us, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on this, that, the YouTube channels. If you run into people who are asking questions, or saying, yeah, we don't trust what they're saying anyway, because all of that was always bull crap, and we knew it. They belong here. They part of our tribe. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they could benefit from being over here. There's a few guys that are watching right now that I've literally encountered just being out there on social media. I might follow a certain page or a certain channel or something, and they might be talking about a video. How is it that he was able to do that? Or what is the passport? Blah blah blah. That type of stuff. You might want to, listen to this guy. Send him an inbox. Listen to this guy right here. Join the show. He's got some good information. Bring him here, man. And then what we'll do is, Wolf get on here. They'll follow Wolf's channel, Fearless Floyd's channel. Find This Thing Walking. They'll follow his channel. It's all a family, man. We're all connected.
That's right.
That's when we move like that, the family grows and we can support each other and make sure we got each other's back, man. Because at the end of the day, it's up to us.
Yep.
Thank you for the knowledge too, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt. So with that said, man, we'll be back next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Right on. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Guys, take care, man.
All right. You too, brother.
Yeah.